Hey, this is Peter Gordon from Indoor Air Professionals. We started this indoor air quality company 27 years ago, and we started by finding this amazing technology which cleans ductwork, HVAC ventilation systems to a 95% level, which is a good start to improve the indoor air quality. However, about 5 years into our endeavor, about 23 years ago, we found the most amazing medical grade air purifiers, and we're going to tell you how to maintain this, or how not to maintain, as you'll see here, the new Intellipure unit. So I purchased one of these units 9 months ago, plugged it in just like we did in the unboxing, took it on vacation to New Hampshire in a dirty trailer, and then I've had it in my house with dogs, cats, and children. So it is, and it's been purposely neglected, and nothing has happened for, no maintenance has taken place for that period of time, which has been almost 9 months. And we're going to show you still how the unit performs, and then we're going to take an attempt to clean it up here. Because the maintenance should be done about every 3 months, and there's lights that indicate that. So what I have in my hand is a laser particle counter, and we've just over purified the air here, but you can see a reading that's close to 200,000, 199,000. Okay, so we're going to put, there's 200,000. So we're going to put this over the used and abused unit with 9 months with no maintenance and watch it drop. So the first reading takes it down to 45,000, 1,400, all the way down from 200,000. So that's pretty amazing that this unit, there's 1,200, still performs to that level. So let's take a crack at maintaining this unit. One thing I did learn is that the first step is to remove the cover. And once again, this is a manual, which is really important to read how to do this, but as men do, we chuck the manual. So, but I do know that you need to grab about 1/3 of the way down, and this cover will come off, and that's very important. And I see right away, and I know this from the other units, that these are safety switches, so you have to be careful with that. And then at the bottom there's a safety switch. So notice I didn't even turn the unit off. That's probably not a bad idea, but there's a safety switch on there, okay? So we're just, we're gonna set this aside here for now. We're gonna come back to that, and we're gonna unplug the unit. Okay, then there is another lever here that I can see, and we're gonna turn that from 6 o'clock up to 9 o'clock, and then this is the high energy grid, which you don't want to be touching if the unit's on, but that will never happen. You can see the amount of contamination that is on these wires here, and when we clean this all up, it will make a huge difference. And wow, look at the main filter here. That's disgusting. Okay, and we're going to take this out, and then there's one more filter in here, I believe, which is the post filter. And once again, don't know how exactly this comes out, but we're gonna figure it out here, because this is what most people do, is that they don't read the instructions. But you can see, so there's a unit with no filters. So we're gonna get a portable vacuum cleaner and start to clean up these units here. Maintenance was done properly every 3 months, we wouldn't run into a main filter looking this lousy, but we really want to put this thing to the test. So first of all, let's start over here. This is your ion grid, and simply take a microfiber cloth and very carefully wipe these wires, and you'll see that there's a fine layer that's just going to fall right through onto the table or this punch plate below. Okay, it's very simple, just dry cloth. If you want to go to extreme, you could use denatured alcohol because it dries right away. But the whole idea of this is we want to be able to put this unit back together and plug it back in for another few months before we replace the filters. So that's about it, and then I'm just going to tap this on the table gently, And that's all that we have to do with this particular ion grid. Next is, this is the front cover right here. Remember this beast, really dirty here. So we're going to pull out the first pre-filter. There's a little ring here, and just carefully, there's a little snaps on the side here, and these things, oh, I got it out without breaking it. Okay, so this thing we are going to vacuum. I've got a little portable HEPA vac, and we're going to turn this on. Nice horsehair brush attachment. Most of your vacuums at home have a brush attachment on. So we're just going to vacuum this abused pre-screen. And looking pretty good there. Next is we're gonna pull out this. Wow, okay. So wasn't expecting that. Let's vacuum the front cover here. Oh yeah, coming up nice. By the way, all this gray fur there, that is the 50 million dead skin cells per person per day that we all shed, which is the beginning of some of the microparticles that we're trying to clean up out of the air. So we got this front cover here, looking pretty good. Vacuum both sides. And fantastic. This looks like something that I want to either, I'd like to put it in a sink, but let's see what happens if we just vacuum it. We don't want to be doing this on our clean front screen, so we're going to set this aside. Now, for people that have special needs, I believe this filter can be replaced every 6 months. Once again, this machine hasn't been touched other than running on mostly medium and turbo for the last 8 months, and it's just given us fantastic performance. All right, so that's about as clean as we're getting that. And then with the HEPA filter, you'd never touch, I'm sorry, it's not a HEPA filter, it's the main filter, because with all these in combination, remember, it's 40 times more effective than a HEPA filter. But we generally don't vacuum this, but I see some huge dust bunnies here. So once again, in putting this to the test of will it do anything, I'm going to gently just get some of the big stuff off of here, not use any pressure like I did with the other. And you can see it's still well stained from all the pollutants that it's sucked up. And then we're going to see what the other side looks like. Oh, there's another filter here. So this is the last filter. We're going to just remove this out. This will come right out. Something else we can vacuum both sides. This one isn't too bad because this is the last filter in line of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ways it takes and more to make the purest air on the planet indoors. I think we vacuumed everything. So let's put this baby back together here. And sliding this back in. You can see this side of the filter isn't as abused as this side. And okay, assembled. And we're going to dust the outside of the unit too. Let's make sure we get the right order of putting these things back together. This pre-filter is sliding, or it's just placed in here, and then we're going to snap with the ring on the outside to hold that in. And let's make sure Once again, we're going with no experience on this unit at all as far as maintenance goes. Great experience in breathing easier. I've got 2 cats, and I have people that are allergic to cats, and they're able to come into my house with their afflictions and not leave because of the cats. Okay, so now we're going to put it back together. Once again, the post filter, the final filter, is going to go facing into the unit, and I believe that there is a copper, look at this, contact here and here, so this once again makes some sense. So we push this unit in using the rim, so we're careful not to touch the delicate filter there, and then we have what makes this the best. This is part of the DFS system, and I'm guessing that this goes, yes, this way. No, it's got to go this way in order to be able to control the locking mechanism. So once again, there is a post on the bottom here, and that goes right into a hole there. We press the unit in slowly, and then we lower this down to 6 o'clock from 9 o'clock. Looking pretty good so far. And then last, putting this unit on here. I believe this top goes in first. No, the other way, sorry. Okay, so this is what happens. No, here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, so these 2 plastic pieces go up here. I had it upside down before, and snap, we're in. Once again, taking it out, we're going to reach at the bottom third. This is what it took a while to figure out, and it comes out like that. That's probably the most difficult part of the whole maintenance, is knowing how to get the front cover off. Everything is pretty well common sense after that, and we have a ready to roll unit. Awesome. Now that we have the unit cleaned on the inside, we're just going to wipe down the outside and get this thing plugged back in, fired up, and continue to purify the air here. So once again, we have a handle here, got rollers. We don't need that to get it all the way down to the ground. And we're going to plug it back in to the receptacle here. And once again, it should fire right back up. And we have to reset the pre-filter timer sensor. So we hold it in for about 5 seconds, and it should go away. There we go. Thank you so much for learning how to change the filters on the Intellipure 486 unit. Peter Gordon from Indoor Air Professionals signing out.